While all of the known direct and indirect health effects of global warming are unknown, there are about 8 health effects that have been already identified and will continue to impact the health of humans. The first one is heat waves. In the 2003 European heat wave, some 30,000 people died, many elderly among them. Global warming will bring more hot days. This will bring higher risks, especially where homes in hot city environments are not designed to cope with such heat and are not air-conditioned. In many countries where population is aging, the impact of heat waves could be severe. On the other side of the coin, there will be fewer cold-related deaths. The second one is air pollution. Sudden events of air pollution have taken their toll in the 20th century. For instance, 4,000 to 8,000 Londoners died from air pollution in 1952. Hot temperatures increase the risk of ground-level ozone burning fossil fuels, does not only produce greenhouse gases but also air pollutants. The effects of these including aggravating lung disease, chest pains, coughing, and possibly cancer. Cardiovascular problems can also worsen. The third one is storm and floods. Instances of injury from flying debris or carried in flash floods will rise. Just think of all the pollutants in the floodwater in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. Such floodwaters can lead to intestinal disease, including from parasites. Toxic algae can be produced in warm, nutrient-rich waters and present risks of cholera and food poisoning. Saltwater encroachment from marine floodings may increase risk from waterborne diseases, including cholera, and freshwater supplies are threatened by coastal saltwater encroachment. The fourth is droughts. Droughts have a direct influence on staple food production for many kinds. Prolonged droughts can cause malnutrition, economic hardship from rising prices, and starvation. Of course, the poorest countries that have long endured such recurring calamities are in areas that will be even worse hit. Rich countries have a wealth buffer enabling them to import food and energy resources, but they too will feel the crunch when their money runs out or there's no food to be imported. The fifth is mass migration and crowding. In the 2003 European heat wave, some 30,000 people died, but about 15,000 died in Paris alone. Any hot weather is amplified in crowded cities with roads and brick to absorb and radiate heat. When you consider that many buildings are old and their designs never anticipated such extreme weather, you probably have some of the reasons for such high city death rate. When people live close together, any infections can spread rapidly. And mass migrations of environmental refugees are predicted by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, by 2050, perhaps in the order of 150 million people by 2050. Wars and local armed conflict will also contribute to increased injury and death. As in all wars, civilians will bear most of the cost. People with disabilities who are often poor and dependent on government pensions, appliances, and medication will also suffer first as budgets are cut back in survival mode and some essential resources can no longer be obtained.